Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here. Today we have another varsity baseball matchup between Conwell-Egan and Roman Catholic. With me is JT Ellis. We will have Sean McGovern with us shortly. And this PCL game, very important for both teams, obviously a conference game, but it's good for Conwell-Egan to try to get a bounce back win after their last game, non-league game against Pennington. They fell, pretty sure it was 9-4 in that game. So with me now is JT Ellis. He's got some players to look out for in the lineups here.
Yeah, Matt. Egan is hot. Besides that last game, the 11-5 loss to Pennington Friday, but in conference play, they're on a four-game winning streak. Most recently, a 15-0 win against Cardinal O'Hara, a no-hitter thrown by Junior Brady Guzzi. The player to look out for in the Egan lineup today is Cullen Edwards. The junior is batting .412 on the season with a .630 OBP and a .1336 OPS. He's coming off of a one for two performance with a double and two walks against O'Hara last week. The junior has five doubles and 10 runs scored this season. On the other side of things, for Roman, our spotlight today is number 44, Brandon Saccone. He's batting .333 with 7 RBIs and 5 runs this season. Now for our pitching matchup. For Roman today, it'll be Nick McGotts. 23 and a third inning pitched this season, a 5.10 ERA, 12 walks, and 22 strikeouts. For Egan, it'll be junior CJ Cuevas, a 3.75 ERA in 9 and a third inning pitched, 11 strikeouts to 4 walks, and you have a 250 opponent's batting average against with a 325 on base percentage against. Should be a good matchup today on the mound. CJ just needs to throw strikes and pound the zone and see what happens.
Always the key for those pitchers, getting the strike zone established early. For Conwell-Egan, the lineup is as follows. Keegan Johnson will play first base, leading off. Then Chase Garfolo in left, Brady Guzzi in center, Connor Landau in right, Tommy Kalita behind the plate catching. CJ Cuevas bats for himself at pitcher at number 6. Colin Laverty at second base, Cullen Edwards, that player to watch out for at that crazy batting average right now at short, and then Sal Rudin, normally a pitcher playing third base, but Conwell-Egan in their last game, if you watch that, they had a couple injuries. They had Dalton Johnson in the outfield. Pretty sure he dislocated his shoulder. Nick Waldron, the normal third baseman, came in to pitch a little bit, ended up messing up his UCL on his elbow a little bit. So wish all the best for those players. But for Conwell-Egan, this is a very good opportunity against a struggling Roman Catholic team on the year, 0-7 in the conference, 3-9 overall, to get their groove back after that game against Pennington. So players just finished warming up. Umpires are coming out on the field. We will be back in a few minutes with the first pitch of this game between Roman Catholic and Conwell-Egan. We are back at Conwell-Egan, pretty much almost underway for this matchup between Conwell-Egan and Roman Catholic. You can see CJ Cuevas out there on the mound getting his warm-up tosses in. We don't have a lineup for Roman Catholic yet, but looks like number two Celis will be leading off for them. He has 10 games played, 35 plate appearances, 227 batting average, and 8 runs scored on the year. So not a terribly high average for a leadoff hitter, but one of the higher ones on the team for Roman. So we'll see how he can get the team started here. And JT, what is the key for a team like Roman? You're struggling coming into the year, and you're going up against a team like Conwell-Egan. What can they do to make it a little difficult for them today?
Roman's lineup has to be patient at the plate out there with Cuevas on the mound. Make him find the zone, make him come to you, and just jump on the mistakes here by CJ.
All right, so Conwell-Egan finishes their warm-up. Celis steps in the box. Cuevas on the mound, the righty against righty matchup to begin the game. He was coming home with the first pitch of the afternoon, and it is in there for strike one. The one pitch coming from Cuevas, and it is fouled back behind. Count will go to 0-2 to start the at bat. Cuevas looking to get a quick start on Roman here. 0-2 pitch coming home, and it is upstairs for ball one. One two coming. Ground ball to first. Keegan Johnson has it and will wave off Cuevas and take it himself. So something we didn't see much of the last game against Pennington. Conwell-Egan gets that quick first out to set the tone of the game. Next hitter for Roman will be number one Brown, leading the team with a 333 batting average in 33 plate attempts. The right-handed batter against Cuevas. Swing and a miss at that first pitch, 0-1. One pitch outside for ball one, count to 1-1. 1-1. Fouled back, 1-2 now. Cuevas stepping back up for the 1-2 pitch, trying to get two early outs here. Bounces it in front of the plate. Count to 2-2. Brown steps back in the box, waiting the 2-2. Upstairs, bounces out of Kalita's glove there, stays in front of him, but full count for the second batter of the game for CJ Cuevas. 3-2 is right there for a called strike three. Great at bat there. Pitch in there for CJ Cuevas. Count got worked up to 3-2, but eventually won that battle with the strikeout. Called strike three on the corner. Two quick outs for Roman. Now, next batter, number three batter, number 50, Daniels, batting 077 on the year in 31 plate appearances, takes the first pitch right down the middle for strike one. And so far, CJ Cuevas looking pretty comfortable out there on the mound, putting strikes in the box, only giving up some soft contact and foul balls. The 0-1 is fouled back, 0-2. Another at bat where Cuevas gets in front of the hitter, and he can. That's where, as a pitcher, you can start to tool with them. You can throw stuff outside, you can throw stuff low, and you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, Matt, that was something that CJ really had to focus on today. Was getting out in front of hitters, getting ahead in the count, and see how it works here. And he strikes him out to end the inning there.
Excellent first inning there by CJ Cuevas, a ground ball and then two backwards Ks to put Roman up, three down. And we're now joined by Sean McGovern. Sean, you got some information on PCL standings with this game.
Yeah, Matt. So coming to this game, Conwell-Egan, as we said, is tied for first in the PCL. But it's not just them and another team tied. There's three teams in PCL tied for first. Conwell-Egan, LaSalle, and St. Joe's Prep, all sitting at a 7-1 record. Pretty impressive, you ask me. Now, on the opposition, Roman Catholic over here is tied for last place. Big 180 from Conwell-Egan. They are tied with Lansdale Catholic, sitting for last place with a 1-7 record. So it's a big battle between the top versus the bottom here today.
All right, here's the scouting report on number 10, Nick Myats. He has 23 and a third innings pitched this season, a 5.1 ERA, 12 walks, and 22 strikeouts on the season.
All right, so Nick Mygats finishes his warm-up tosses for Roman Catholic. Keegan Johnson, the first baseman, steps in, and the first pitch is immediately hopped up foul. Looks like it's out of play, and it will fall out behind the field. Count to 0-1, and Keegan getting a good first swing there at that first pitch, looking to stay aggressive. Now the 0-1 is well inside and low for ball one.
Keegan's doing pretty well this year, I'd say. 11 games played for him so far, basically every single game. Great starter. He has a 306 average within those 11 games, where he accumulated 11 hits and 9 runs. So as a starter and a leadoff for this Conwell-Egan team, he's doing pretty well in that position.
Next pitch from Miguez was bounced in front of the plate. Count to 2-1 for Keegan Johnson. Now stands in for that 2-1 pitch. And he drives this one to left. Going back is a left fielder, and it is over his head and off the fence. Johnson turning to second, and he will pull in there with a double. So, right as you said, Sean, getting them hits in, having a pretty good year at the plate. He gets a leadoff double, and this is giving me flashes of that Father Judge game so far with that leadoff double.
Yeah, Matt just said something to Sean about that. It looks like the umpires are coming together here out in the middle of the field.
Don't know what they're talking about, but Keegan, that is his fifth double of the season. I know he accumulated for 3 doubles in the first inning against Father Judge, and this is his fifth so far. So a big doubles machine in that leadoff spot.
All right, so Chase Garfolo, the left fielder, already's got a runner in scoring position with no outs. See how Miguez handles this. Checks back at Johnson. Good lead off second base. No one holding him on, though. First pitch from Garfolo is popped up. Looks like it's going foul and will go out of play. Count will start 0-1. He's out. He's out. He's out. Shortstop coming in and back from Keegan Johnson. Garfolo pops this one up, but this one will stay and drift foul, drift back, fair third baseman. He bobbles it and dropped it. Just a mental mistake there by the Roman third baseman. It was in his glove, then he had it in his bare hand and it just fell to the ground there. So reach on error for Chase Garfolo.
Third baseman there. He is pretty prone to making those errors. He has 6 errors on the season, the most for Roman Catholic, so that is not a surprise thing to see by him, as there is a ball low to Brady Guzzi.
Yeah, Sean, now you just said it. Brady Guzzi, the man at the plate. Probably one of the best known guys on this team for Conwell-Egan, having a great year on the mound. Not doing incredible in a recent stretch hitting. Average fell down to around 300, but not like that's bad. Now, Keegan Johnson looking to steal second base, and he's in there safely. Throw was offline, excuse me, that was third base. But to the current at bat with Guzzi, count is 1-1. Looking to now get Keegan Johnson home with no outs and runners on the corners. Big Ats comes set, comes home. It's bounced in front of the catcher, and Keegan Johnson will walk home. Chase Garfolo to second, and Conwell-Egan jumps out in front with that early 1-0 lead. And now another runner in scoring position for Brady Guzzi.
So I don't know if we saw, but Chase Garfolo batting in the 2 spot. That is brand new for Conwell Egan this season. Never seen him up that high. Never seen him up probably beyond the 7. So I wonder what their plan is today against Roman Catholic with that decision.
And we'll see as the 2-1 pitch to Guzzi is just fouled back. Just barely got a piece of that one. And count will come even to 2-2. Big Ats coming set, looking back at Garfolo. Now coming home to Guzzi. Swing and a miss. He struck out. Drop third strike. Brady Guzzi trying to get to second, and he is out. Out is recorded. Excuse me, I said second base there. Brady Guzzi trying to get to first base. He is retired on the drop third strike. Chase Garfolo advanced to third. Now Connor Landau at the plate, the right fielder for Conwell-Egan. Little timeout there. Now the Gats comes set and comes home. First pitch low. Count starts 1-0 to Connor Landau with 1 out here in the first. Conwell-Egan taking an early 1-0 lead on leadoff double by Keegan Johnson, later stolen base, and then scored on a pass ball. So good base running there from him. Next pitch is upstairs for ball 2, 2-0.
Yeah, Matt, you'd like to see Chase get a little bit of a bigger lead over there at third base with Big Ats going from the windup. Maybe get a little bit more of a walking lead as he's coming down towards home.
Another up high pitch to Connor Landau. Count will go 3-0.
Big position for Connor right here. I know he's a backbone to this Conwell Egan team, especially in moments and with runners in scoring position. So I love for him to maybe a bloop over third base, bloop over shortstop, as we've seen him do before.
There's a big gap in left center field there. Wonder if he can hit that. Next pitch is taken all the way. Strike one. Count to 3-1.
Yeah, Matt, I don't think Connor was taking the bat off of his shoulder there, so we'll see what happens now. 3-1.
Big Ats still going from that windup. Now comes home with that 3-1. It is on the corner for a strike. 3-2 now. So count started 3-0. Connor Landau seemed pretty set with those last two pitches. Now it's 3-2. Big Ats coming home. Landau drives it foul. Good foul.
Definitely could tell you just swinging at that. Not a pitch he wants to hit, but get the next one. Love to see an inside pitch here, maybe full ball, but Noah McGatz, I used to play with him. growing up. He's definitely that away pitcher, probably a curveball or a slider right here. Not really looking to blow a fastball by.
See what he goes with here. As Landau bloops it into left center field, it will be caught by the left fielder. Nice running catch there. Able to close a lot of space, and there's 2 outs now for Conwell-Egan with Chase Garfolo still over there at third and the catcher Tommy Kalita coming up.
Yeah, Matt Connor just got a little bit jammed there out there to short, shallow left center field, a little bit of a jam shot, and tried to get his hands around it, but just wasn't quick enough with his hands through the zone to get me good contact with the ball.
Now Kalita drives one to left. Left fielder going back, and he makes the catch. Sounded really good off the bat there. Good contact by Kalita, but just not enough on it to get it up and out. And Conwell-Egan strands a runner at third. Still gets a run home, though, on 1 hit and 1 error from Roman Catholic. We will go to the top of the second. CJ Cuevas back on the mound. 1-0 Conwell-Egan. Roman Catholic coming back to the plate here, trailing 1-0 to Conwell-Egan, top of the second. Next up for Roman McGovern, looks like I think he's playing third base, batting .267 on the year with 8 RBIs. No relation to Sean McGovern in the booth, but he will be the number 4 batter and first to face CJ Cuevas in the top of the second inning. First pitch is hit to third. Ruda let it get past him. Just looked a little bit uncomfortable out there at third base. That ball got under his glove, and I think that will be an error on Sal Ruda for Roman Catholic's first base runner.
That definitely would be an error. I mean, if we go by standards and actual what an error is, the ball never touched his glove, unless it did. You're saying it did. I couldn't see it from the booth. It didn't look like it did. But Sal Ruda has not been in at the third base position this year, at least from my memory. So definitely a brand new position for him. Definitely a tense and not all that confident at that position that just yet. So hopefully as the game goes on, we can see him get more tentative, make a few more plays.
Yeah, normally a pitcher playing third. That injury to Nick Waldron, the normal third baseman for Conwell-Egan, is putting a little bit of a wrench in the lineup plans. But good to see him out there anyway, being a good sport about it, taking what he's offered. Next batter for Roman Catholic, number 22. We actually don't have him on a roster, but we'll see what he can do here with a runner on and no outs against CJ Cuevas. No balls and 1 strike right now. First pitch was fouled. Cuevas coming home with the next pitch, and it's swung on and missed for strike 1, strike 2, excuse me, count to 0-2. Cuevas Next pitch from Cuevas was outside, count to 1-2. Looking to get that strikeout here, and it is bounced. Good block by Kalita. Difficult block there. Bounced well in front of the plate in the dirt and was able to get his body in front of that, keep it in front of him. Count went from 0-2 to 2-2. Cuevas checking that runner on first. Not too big of a lead there. Now comes home, and it's shot foul. Do it again at 2-2.
Yeah, Matt, as we've already seen here today, Tommy has been a brick wall back there behind the plate this season, not letting much get past him, if anything at all. And it's been a big factor as to why Egan's been so good defensively this year.
Yeah, just haven't seen many pass balls from him. Just been so good back there now. This pitch is bounced to second. Colin Edwards charged, and it went over his glove. So I'm not sure if that would be an error or a base hit, but it looked like he just kind of took his eye off the ball there and didn't square it up enough. Was a little too sure of himself there. So that's just another little mistake there for Conwell-Egan. And now they've got runners on first and second, nobody out.
That definitely is a tough play for Colin Edwards, the shortstop. Coming in and charging that ball on a field like this, you can't really determine the hops, predict whether it's going to be a large hop right at your face or a small hop at your foot. So kudos to him for charging the ball. You definitely were going to turn two there, too slow of a hit, but just unlucky. You were like saying it's a small hit, can't really read it. See how Colin did charge the ball and not necessarily know what to do with it, but overall, good play by him. Unlucky turn of events. Now that does come an error, I believe, as we said. No, I'm told that it's going to be a hit. Luckily, that doesn't add to the errors list for Conwell-Egan, which they are sitting at 21 errors coming into this game. So hopefully they can clean it up a bit.
Yeah, just unfortunate for Cuevas. Now there's a little line drive, and they'll double him up. That was number 47, Cockrell at the plate. He flared it out to Laverty over at second base, made the catch, doubled the man off at first, and that is a much needed pitch there for CJ Cuevas. Only got that in one pitch, so they go from no outs, runners on first and second, to 2 outs, runner on second. So very excellent defense to make up for that play by Conwell-Egan. Now the next batter is the pitcher. Migat's batting 208 on the year with 29 plate appearances. Next pitch to Migats is swung on and missed. First pitch was fouled back. This count will go to 0-2. And after being in a little bit of trouble there, CJ Cuevas now one pitch away from getting out of this inning, counted 0-2 with 2 strikes. Runner on second, coming home. Pitch is right there for a called strike 3. CJ Cuevas finding the zone here, gets out of trouble, retains the 1-0 lead for Conwell-Egan, and we will go to the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Matt, it was real good of CJ there to keep his composure and make the pitches to get out of that inning. Beautiful pitch right on the lower outside corner there to get out of it with that last strike. And well done by CJ to keep his composure and just pound the zone.
All right, so CJ Cuevas, after getting that strikeout to end the inning, will lead off for Conwell-Egan in the number 6 spot. No DH in the lineup, batting for himself. And we actually saw him get, I think that was his first hit last game against Pennington. Not sure. Second hit. I'm being corrected. Sorry about that. But second, I haven't seen much of him at the plate, but see what you can do here against Migats going back out. Only giving up 1 run against Conwell-Egan. Looked like they were going to threaten for a good bit there, but Migats able to limit the damage. First pitch to Cuevas is grounded to third. It is called a foul ball. Pretty close to the bag there, but looked like the right call. Count will start 0-1 to Cuevas. Cuevas back in the box with the 0-1 pitch from Migats. It is ripped to left, and that is down for a hit. Right over the middle, CJ Cuevas stays on it, pops it into left, and another leadoff base runner for Conwell-Egan with Colin Laverty coming to the plate.
Good hit by Cuevas. Seems to be gotten off the end of the bat, so not a huge barrel, but a ball got into the outfield and he got on first base. So that's all you're asking for. As the point to our last game against Pennington, a man on base is a good at bat. If he can get on base, that is what we need. Nick McGat's out here. I used to play with him in the little league area, and if I had to resemble him to someone on the Egan team, I would resemble him a lot to Anthony Womack as he goes for a pickoff and he's back safe. Don't know who that is at first. I think it's pinch runner, just tag, pinch running. Yeah, it is. But as I was saying, Nick McGat's a very resembled pitcher to Anthony Womack of ours. As there's a stolen base for Conwell-Egan. Throw is not in time, runner is safe.
So Justin Freitag with that stolen base there, count to 0-1 to Colin Laverty. Next pitch is low for a ball. And you're right to that point, Sean. Miguez doesn't really look like he throws that hard from up here. I can't really tell that well, but it doesn't look super hard, super fast. Not like we've seen Brady Gussie throw, but he does kind of look like Anthony Womack, like you were saying, that slow and with movement. So
You're right. He's not the type of person that will blow a after ground ball on Colin Laverty's out of first, but advances Justin Freitag to third. We'll take that every day, recording an out for an extra 90 feet.
productive out.
As Colin Edwards comes up to bat. But as I was saying, as I've been trying to say, Nick McGatz, he's not going to beat you with a 90-mile-per-hour fastball. He just won't. His arm doesn't have that kind of speed. But he does have a lot of movement, a lot of pitches in his arsenal. Fastball, cutter, slider, curveball, changeup. So he will try his best to beat you on movement rather than blowing it by you.
Not always a bad strategy. Not always chasing velo is the best way to go. So whatever works for you as a pitcher, that works for you. So he's got the first strike here, 0-1 to Colin Edwards with that very good batting average. There's a good block by the catcher, keeping that one in front of him, keeping Freitag over there at third base. And Colin Edwards now has the count 1-1. Next pitch is popped up to left. Left fielder drifting over, makes the catch. Here comes Freitag coming home. The throw is not in time, and a sliding score at home for Justin Freitag. That's CJ Cuevas' hit coming home, and the leadoff batter scores again for Conwell-Egan. It is 2-0 now. Next up Third baseman Sal Ruda, normally a pitcher coming into a bit of an unfamiliar spot, fouls that first pitch off, 0-1. 2 outs now, but two very productive outs, able to move CJ Cuevas' pinch runner, Justin Freitag, from first to home, extend the lead. Now here's a pitch way outside, breaking ball that didn't break for Migats. It will be 1-1 with 2 outs to Ruda. Migats set, coming home with the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Ruda, the number 9 batter, Keegan Johnson, getting ready on deck. The first baseman doubled his last time up. Now Ruda's got the count 1-2, looking from the pitch from Migats, and it is up high, swing and a miss. Down goes Conwell-Egan, but not before putting another run on the board and adding to their lead. It is 2-0 going to the top of the third. Now batting number 4 for Roman Catholic against CJ Cuevas. 0-53 on the year, swings and misses at that first pitch. It's strike one. That is Zach Ruski. Little trouble with that last name there. Sorry, swings at that next pitch. It is 0-2. So what we've seen from CJ Cuevas so far has been pretty good. He's commanded the strike zone. He's been getting ahead of hitters early right now. He's got kind of 0-2. Next pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So third strikeout of the game, fourth maybe. I think I've lost count. Not writing that down, but bottom line is CJ Cuevas looking pretty sharp so far in this game. Next up, number 11, Colville. He's got a 182 batting average in 17 plate appearances. First pitch from Cuevas is another strike, starting at 0-1. This is really positive to see out of CJ Cuevas, starting every at bat in front, it seems.
It is very difficult. You always have to set the tone, as we've saying all season, and to set the tone comes from the pitcher. That first pitch strike is very important because that determines whether you have to retreat in the at bat, have to make an attempt to come back, or if you can just keep pounding and keep staying on top of these batters. So it's very important to get that first pitch strike.
Right on cue, he'll fall behind here to Colville. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch is grounded to second. Laverty's got it over to Johnson. He's got that out. So 2 good outs to start the top of the third inning for Cuevas. And back to the top of the order with number 2, Celis. he grounded out his first time up.
So looking at the game so far, and it's the second inning and everything, so not that many bats. As there's a dribbler to third base, Sal Ruda on the run, makes a throw. He is out. Good
It's
makeup for Sal Ruda from earlier in this game at the first inning. Good on the run throw, grab, getting across the diamond to Keegan. Great play all around.
Great job there, like you said, making up. Looked a little shaky out there with that last ground ball, but first pitch pulled, charges it, gets it, and he's a pitcher. You know he's good at throw and hit his target. Hits Keegan Johnson perfectly over at first base, and that's three quick outs for Roman and CJ Cuevas cruising so far. We will go to the bottom of the third. Conwell-Egan looks to tack on another run as they lead 2-0. Back to the top of the order for Conwell-Egan with Keegan Johnson. He's going to lead it off against Miguetz at the number one spot. Had a nice double to left field his last time up. Eventually came around to score a run. That was the first run for Conwell-Egan. First pitch him is low and inside for ball one. Oh, one pitch coming home. It is grounded to short. Charging and picks it up, throws to first in time, one out. Nice ground ball out there by Roman, able to execute that, get it done. Next up is left fielder Chase Garfolo. Had a reach on error his last time up, popped it up to the third baseman McGovern, couldn't quite corral it and catch it, and he was able to reach. So he will come back up against Miguetz. Pops another one up. McGovern will get a second chance, called off by the shortstop, and two quick outs for Miguetz.
Garfolo at the two hole, as we were saying before. This is a new priority for him, a new position, as we've said. Now, he needs to take this position and he needs to really do something with it because this will not come around often. I know this season he has 7 games played and a zero, my bad, a .083 average. So it's not a great average to be batting in the two hole. So this could be a legacy game for him if he can do something at the plate and maybe stay at the top of the lineup. As Brady Guzzi dribbles one back to the mound, a quick out for Roman Catholic, and that's 1, 2, 3. Down goes Egan.
Yeah, so a quiet inning there for Conwell-Egan. Would have definitely liked to see a run or two put up, maybe another hit or so. But they'll go back to the field with Cuevas doing pretty good so far on the mound, still leading this game 2-0 against Roman.
No. Oh, there it is. All right. This lineup for Egan looks a little bit different today with 3 players ineligible and 3 players injured in their game on Friday against Pennington.
Another pitch there blocked by Kalita, like we said, brick wall. Back there is Brown, the number 2 hitter, leads it off. He struck out against Cuevas his last time up. Count starts 1-0 rare, falling behind to start the at bat for Cuevas. Been pretty good so far at getting ahead of hitters. Ball a little bit off the plate. Count to 2-0 now.
One important thing Conwell-Egan's defense has to do is start playing a little bit of a shift. Just saw a pulled ball at the end of the last inning, but very confident in saying that Cuevas pitches extremely hard for a varsity high school baseball. That this Roman team will not be on top of barreled pull side balls. They just won't. If they do pull a ball, it will be a dribbler like we saw. So Egan probably should get a shift going to the opposite hand just to compensate for that, for any hard balls hit. Maybe, maybe not.
So see there, as Cuevas falls behind 3-1, gets that strike, that 3-2, works the count full. So battled back there from a little bit of a struggle there to start the at bat. Now trying to put the batter away here, and this one is popped up. Drifting foul is Ruda. So's Edwards, and it falls behind all of them. They all kind of misread that ball. It'll fall foul. And we'll do it again with 3-2 with Brown at the plate. So good effort by all 3 of those fielders, Garfolo, Edwards, and Ruda, to try to give that ball a chance, get that out for Cuevas, but just not able to track it down. So Brown will step back in the box, take time out for a minute now. Now come back in the box. And ready for that 3-2 pitch. Cuevas trying to get the first out of the inning. It is right there. Big breaking ball for strike 3. And you could see the hook on that one from up here.
Yeah, man, beautiful pitch there by Cuevas. A beautiful little slider right on the front door there.
Now the first baseman for Roman Daniels. He also struck out his last time up. 1 out here in the top of the third. Or excuse me, the top of the fourth. Game moving along pretty quickly here. Pitch.
Catholic again following the same thing as Conwell-Egan, as there is a ball lifted high to the right side. Connor Landau camps under it, and he makes the grab, puts another one away. But as I was saying, Daniels this season is .077 on the batting average and hitting in the 2 spot. So a little odd for Conwell-Egan and Roman Catholic to be having such low hitting numbers in their 2 hole. Don't know if maybe there's injuries on Roman's side. I know there's injuries and ineligibilities on Egan's side, which is causing that. But Roman's flip, it's very odd to see such a low hitter at the top of the lineup.
Now McGovern starts the at bat with a swing and a miss. Starts 0-1. Cuevas set, comes home. That one is also there for a strike. 0-2. Trying to quickly get through this top of the fourth inning. Like I said, game moving along pretty quickly. CJ Cuevas efficient. Conwell-Egan getting runners on. Only got 2 runs to show for it, but still has the lead here. Now the 0-2 pitch is right there for a called strike 3. And Cuevas is looking really sharp today. He hasn't given Roman much of anything. Only 1 hit allowed, 1 error, added an extra base runner. But other than that, he has been pretty much great. So Conwell-Egan will go to the bats for the bottom of the fourth inning, up 2-0. Miguet's back on the mound for the bottom of the fourth inning. Given Roman's record and Conwell-Egan's batting stats, has done a pretty good job at limiting what Egan's done. Only 2 runs on 2 hits through 3 innings. Now Connor Landau stepping up, and he drives this first pitch to left. Going back as a left fielder. It's over his head and off the bottom of the fence. So right on cue, another leadoff double for Conwell-Egan, their second leadoff double of the game, and a runner in scoring position with nobody out for Tommy Kalita, next batter.
That makes Conwell-Egan's 35th double of the season. So they may not look like it, but they are a big double machine this year. A lot of extra bases. Not that many bloop singles or measly balls hit through the infield. A lot of power shots by this Conwell-Egan baseball.
The catcher Kalita with a man in scoring position takes the ball up high. 1-0.
Yeah, as Sean said, Egan has been a big gap and wall ball team with the doubles this season. Most of them coming from that heart of the order, and Connor and Guzzy with 12 of them coming from the two combined.
Two good contact double hitters there. Now Kalita fouls one back right in our direction. Good thing for that fence there. Count to 1-1. Kalita, his last at bat, hit a ball sounded pretty square. It sounded like it was gonna wind up in the street back there, but was only a fly out. Pretty unfortunate there to get that much of the ball and not get it out, or at least get on base for it. Now he's got the count 1-1 against Migats, trying to get Landau advanced or home. And next pitch is low. Good block there by the catcher, keeping that in front of him. Count to 2-1.
Love to see another RBI by Kalita here. He's helping lead the team with 11 RBIs this season, right under Guzzy at 12, so not that far off. Love to see him, I don't know, maybe a ball to the gap, add another double, add another RBI to his tally.
Fouls that one back almost into the Egan dugout. Good for him to stay on that pitch there. Get the count to 2-2. No outs after that leadoff double by Connor Landau to start the inning. Number four batter now. Number five batter. Kalita's got the count 2-2. Miguet's checking back at Landau. No one holding him on. And the steps off there, looking Landau back.
Connor not too far off second base as they're pitched low. Looks like a slider or breaking ball. Again, McGatz is known for those movement pitches. Landau not too off of second base, seems to hold himself accordingly, not looking to steal, even though he does lead the team in stolen bases.
The 3-2 pitch is blooped up the middle. It's going to land. Landau walks back to second, and Kalita's out at first. Now Landau trying to get to third, and he is safe. Good base running there by Connor Landau. Watches the ball fall right in front of him. Goes back to second. Kalita thrown out at first, and Landau takes advantage and gets over to third. So, like in that first inning, another productive out for Conwell-Egan, advancing the runner. And now CJ Cuevas 1-for-1 on the day with one out, and Connor Landau at third, trying to get him in and extend the Egan lead. First pitch from Migats is bounced all the way up, and it will fall out of play. Landau will score, and there's that run home. 3-0 Conwell-Egan off that wild pitch by Migats.
Except inning already happened this game. That a leadoff double to start the inning, and then a pass ball to score the run. I don't know if I'm seeing double out here, but sure looks like it.
Yeah, pretty good base running too by Conwell-Egan to be able to track these balls. I know that one went out of play, would have gotten the base anyway, but good good job to read these pitches and know when to go, when to hold, just know what to do. It just shows Conwell-Egan's overall good baseball IQ as a team. Now Cuevas standing in the box with one. Next pitch is driven foul. Gets the count to 1-2 to Cuevas, trying to avoid a strikeout, looking to put the ball in contact. Put the ball in play, excuse me. Next pitch is upstairs, 2-2. drives this one inside the line. It is fair down the line. Cuevas takes a turn, stutters to second, will stay at first. And the pitcher is 2 for 2 on the day for Conwell-Egan with Colin Laverty coming up.
We've also just been told that the play that we thought was a hit to Cullen Edwards up the middle there back in the second inning has been changed to an error.
It's been changed to an error, so to quote Connor, that's one of the ones where you just look at the scoreboard and that'll tell you how CJ Cuevas' day's been going. Now Laverty flares one to left field. That's going to fall right in no man's land. A little bit out from the grass between the shortstop and the left fielder. Pretty good place to hit the ball if you're going to bloop one in. And now Conwell-Egan's got something cooking here. One man on first and second with one out. And now Roman's coach going to have a conversation with the umpire here.
Little del- right here as the Roman Catholic coach is talking to the umpire. Don't really know what's the confusion going on. Possibly on. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. Maybe a sub, maybe a
Yeah,
no name.
I'm not really sure there. I heard the umpire defending himself and his calling. Not really sure what the Roman coach would have to complain there. I mean, it seems like a pretty straightforward game so far. No real big of events going on. Just balls in play, a couple errors, some
Definitely no
flyouts.
fights like the end of last season. I can tell you that.
Oh, what happened last season? So nothing like that last season event that I know nothing of. So next up is Colin Edwards, the shortstop. 2 men on, one out. Looks like that's Freitag, that pinch runner, over at second for CJ Cuevas. And the
Look at
0-1 pitch.
the gap up the middle. I'm sorry. As there's a pass ball, both runners will advance 90 extra feet. I'm sorry, but as I was saying, huge gap up the middle, especially on the second base side. There's a left the plate, and your second baseman is basically playing first. I don't know what on was them. I pinched the middle a little bit, especially when there was a man on first.
1-1 pitch is low for a ball, 2-1. And to your credit of looking at the what the fielders are doing, there is also an enormous gap in left center field. Not sure how well Edwards could push the ball there rather than pull it, but if he could get it there, that would be pretty impressive with that gap. Now, next pitch is inside corner for a strike. Count to 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, these Egan runners are still not getting a big lead off third base there with Migats going from the windup. Nah, I'd like to see them get a bit of a bigger lead, a bit of a walking lead there off of third base because Migats going from the windup can't pick off over there to third base.
Yeah, count it 2-2 now with one out to Colin Edwards. It is hit weakly up the middle. Shortstop can't get it. It goes under his glove. 1 run scores. Here comes a second one. Laverty will score. There are 2 RBIs for Colin Edwards. 5-0 Egan. They extend their lead further in the bottom of the fourth.
A little bit of a slap hit from Colin Edwards. I'm sure he would have liked to hit the ball a little bit harder, maybe a stronger contact. But hey, that's 2 RBIs right there. It doesn't matter how hard he hit the ball. That goes on his record as 2 more RBIs at his list. So kudos to him leading the team with 412 average. So it's not something new we're seeing at all.
Yeah, excellent at bat there. Getting a little dicey in the count, getting 2 strikes on him, stays calm, able to put the ball in play. And you put the ball in play, good things happen. Gets 2 RBIs for it. Now, up next, the 9 hitter, the pitcher turned third baseman for this game, Sal Ruda, struck out his last time up. First pitch was thrown over. Now Edwards trying to get to second. He is safe at second base. Looks like the shortstop got his hand a little bit. Can't tell amazingly from back here, but umpire right there called him safe. And JT, you were talking about trying to get a steal and take a lead off. Colin Edwards gets that stolen base at second.
Yeah, Matt. It was a very close play out there at second base, and looked like he got his hand in there a little bit, and the tag came up on the arm, I guess. The umpire was right there and saw it all, so whatever he says goes.
We all get good that sometimes. Sometimes we get in from our perspective, it's a little hard to say. I know the umpire's a lot closer. Maybe his right hand got into the bag there. I know as I stole bases, as I played baseball, I'd always try, as there's a blue hit by Ruda behind third base, foul ball. That's for myself. Move or get to the back of the bag as Holm did there. Get your fingertips into the bag, not necessarily your chest or your feet. Just head first slide, get into the finger, get as low as you can and as far as you can. So good job by him.
Yeah, whatever works to get that extra 90 feet. You were saying how important that can be in any game, no matter who you're playing. But he's gone from first to a runner in scoring position with one out. Sal Ruda got 2 balls and 1 strike on him. And looking to throw back to second. And this time he is out. So he was getting a pretty big secondary lead over there. This time the Gats able to turn around. Shortstop pinches in beautifully, gets that tag on Edwards, and little too risky there. I guess when you're up 5-0, you can do that, but got caught there. So now Sal Ruda with the bases empty and 2 outs, still has 2 balls, 1 strike. Miguetz comes home, pitches upstairs for a ball, 2-3-1.
That looked like Egan daylight play. I remember us practicing that. Uh, Shortstop signals to the pitcher that he wants to go. Guy's getting on off the base a little bit too far, a little too greedy. As there's a walk to Ruda for Keegan Johnson to come up to the plate. But yeah, good job by the pitcher. I know he's the opposition. We don't like to congratulate the opposition, but to demonstrate a high leg, make it look almost identical to a normal pitch, and then doing the pickoff, it's hard for base runners to tell whether he will or will not go home to the plate.
Yeah, definitely a good play there by the Roman defense. And Sal Ruda works a walk there. That is not the guy you want to give up a free base to if you're Roman. As Keegan Johnson comes up now, he'll sky this one foul and right next to first base. First baseman Daniels will make the catch, but not before a 2-3 run inning for Conwell-Egan, headlined by the 2-run reach on error by Cullen Edwards, putting in 2 more RBIs to his stats. Conwell-Egan up 5-0 going to the top of the fifth. Cuevas back to work. Back to the top of the fifth inning. Conwell-Egan up 5-0. Catcher for Roman will lead off. Cuevas done quite the job here in this game. Good bit of strikeouts, handful of them to his credit. He'll start off here with a ground ball back up the middle. Laverty can't get it. It leaks into center field. Not sure if that one's an error as well or if that one's a hit. We'll see what they score it.
As the day's been going on, Matt, that's going to be an error. I mean, I don't know what is going on with the Egan infielders today. Usually they are on top of this. I mean, they were coming into this game with 16 of the 21 errors being made in the infield. And at this point, it's a little hard to just say and blame it on the field. I know the field's not 100% full multi-million dollar turf facility field, but we got to be playing some better defense out there, especially against a team.
Yeah, that's the third error of the game for Conwell-Egan. Not sure if it's just they're a little lazy out there, they're unprepared, they just taking their opponent too lightly, which is something you never want to do, no matter what. We've seen low-seeded teams shock high-seeded teams at every level of sports. So, just looks like the infielder's got to calm down for a minute. I mean, the one on Sal Rudy, you can't get two on top of him before as a pitcher playing third base. But other than that, shorthanded Colin Edwards at short, and Colin Laverty over there at second should have probably had those. So, third error of the game. See how they bounce back. Runner at first now for CJ Cuevas. Got the count at 0-2. And that 0-2 pitch is outside. Looks for a breaking ball there. Count to 1-2.
You know, it'd be really funny if I don't want to put a jinx on it. I might just jinx on it. Maybe a good jinx, in fact, if I'm saying it like this. Imagine Keegan Johnson at first base getting an error. That would be funny in the sense of a round the horn error, as there's a strikeout by CJ Cuevas. I mean, Keegan has been playing phenomenal.
If that happens, I'm probably gonna have to take the mic away from you. We can't be having any more announcer jinxes. We've had one in basketball. We've had a couple here in the baseball. No jinx is a good jinx, I don't think. But
Yeah, Sean, I have to agree with Matt. If this one happens, we might have to take the mic away.
but right now, focus is on Cuevas again, going good. Got the count at 0-1 with one out. Now looked a little close there, but count will go to 1-1. Still got that runner on first. He's a good first baseman. I don't. Cuevas set and ready to come home again. This one's poked right side. It's going to drift out of play and foul over by the football bleachers. Count to 2-2. Looking for another strikeout here. Two balls, two strikes, one out. Cuevas coming home. Now throws over to first. Got to check on that runner. Come back to the plate. And look to come here with that 2-2 pitch. Did not go. Another block by Kalita. Excellent block down there. Tough to get those bouncing balls in the dirt. And just got his body in front of that when able to block it down. Count to 3-2 to Roman's pitcher, Magat. So a little pitcher on pitcher matchup here. Cuevas looking to win that one as he has two hits on Magat's. And it's right there for strike three. CJ Cuevas gets it done. Another strikeout, and there's two outs here in the top of the fifth.
That is an unfortunate turn of events for Nick McGat's Roman Catholic, but a great one for CJ Cuevas getting that low strike. And as he balks at this part, don't know what he was thinking. Maybe him and first baseman weren't on the same page. Cuevas looked to have been wanting to throw over and just paused. So don't know what that's about. But as I was saying, the umpire's been given that low strike, the strike at the knees, maybe even a tad bit below the knees. So if I was a batter, I'd start swinging at that, at least trying to foul it off a bit.
Now Zakruski steps back in after that balk. Runner will advance to second. First pitch was a ball, count 0-1. Cuevas coming set and coming home. That one is there for strike one.
Again, the low.
See what Zakruski does here. Count it 1-1. Low and inside for ball two. 2-1 now. 2-1 coming home now. Bounced outside. 3-1. Cuevas been in a couple of these spots before, falling behind the count, has been able to work his way back and eventually get that batter out. See what he can do here with the count at 3-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Man on second for Roman. That one is there. Good pitch to get the count back up in full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Cuevas comes back from being down 3-1. What does he have here? It is a called strike 3. And it's another strikeout for Cuevas. 5 scoreless for him today as Conwell-Egan will take a 5-0 lead to the bottom of the 5th inning. So unfortunately, little update here that one error to Colin Laverty at second base last inning was scored as a hit. And no, you can't really see the scoreboard from there, but Cuevas had a no-hitter up until we just got that scoring from the app. So a bit of an unfortunate turn of events for him, but that does not take away from 5 scoreless innings. And I think JT's checking now his strikeout count. How many strikeouts? 9 strikeouts on the day. So definitely his best outing by far of the season. So definitely props to him for that. Miguet's back out for another inning of work. We'll start with Chase Garfolo, the left fielder. Pretty sure he's got a hit on the day. First pitch upstairs for ball one. Only a reached on error for him. Check that as the next pitch is skied to third. Drifting to the dugout. Just out of play for him. Unfortunate there for that's Brown at third base. Had a pretty good read on it, but it was just into that little lip between the top of the dugout and the fence. And count will go to 0-1. Next pitch is well inside for ball one, 1-1.
Yeah, Matt Brown visibly frustrated there, not making that play.
Roman has to look at this. You have this batter here who has now pulled the ball to the left side twice and just hit a pulled foul ball. Why are they not transitioning more to the left? I don't know. As there is a play by the third baseman, quick throw, hurry. And that is another reach on error for Chase Garfolo. But as I was saying, a pulled ball, it looks like the third baseman was not ready for that at all. That's something that you have to see as a fielder. You can't just be out there and react. You have to be thinking, what is this kid going to do at this at bat if he just did this the last at bat? So that's something Roman has been struggling with right now. And kind of just seems like they got to be better.
There's another reach on error and a throw behind to Garfolo. He's back in there safely, but yeah, it looked like third baseman Brown just kind of got it stuck in his hand on that transfer on the ground ball, and then kind of rushed the throw, pulled first baseman Daniels off the bag there. Now the first baseman Brady Guzzi in a little bit of a slump for him. He hasn't really gotten on base much in the last couple games. Couple flyouts his last game.
You're right there. Don't know if it could be a change of weather or what. He is not playing exactly like he was in the start of the year. Now, pitching wise, he's doing phenomenal. But sadly today, he is not pitching. So we got to see if his back can come alive. Hopefully he can. I'm feeling a nice hit by Brady Guzzi today.
So with the count 1-0, he'll foul this one to the left side out of play. Count to 1-1. A couple throwovers there from Miguez trying to watch Garfolo stay on the base, not looking to give up a stolen base here. Bottom of the fifth inning, Conwell-Egan up 5-0. Very dominant offensive and pitching wise. As Brady Guzzi stands in with the count 1-1. Last ball again, catcher can't find it. Garfolo wheeling to third, and he will be in there. Heads up base running from Chase Garfolo. Reads that pass ball beautifully. Catcher couldn't really find it, and he'll pull into third. Now Conwell-Egan's got a man on third with no one out.
Yeah, Matt, that was beautifully read there by Chase. He rounded second full speed and just didn't stop. Kept going full head of steam to third.
Head down, digging his feet, able to get in there. Nice slide, too. Now the count 2-1 to Guzzi. Big swing and a miss. Strike two. We get set for that 2-2 pitch to Guzzi. And he foul tips it into the glove. That's a strikeout. So Guzzi fails to reach, and now Mr. Runners in scoring position, Connor Landau, comes up. He's had a good number of hits with runners on second and third in the games we've covered. Let's see if he can get another big one here. He doubled his last time up. See if he can poke one in the outfield, get another run home. First pitch is driven to the gap in left center. Center fielder chases it down. Garfolo took too big of a jump off the bag, couldn't tag up in time, and hard contact from Landau, couldn't get anything out of it. Now Tommy Kalita up.
Yeah, it looked like another jam shot there by Connor off the hand, in off the hands, not getting his hands through the zone fast enough. First pitch ball. Tommy Kalita up now with a runner on third. First pitch ball. Miguez winds and fires. Kalita rips the line drive past the left fielder. Kalita rounding first, heading for second.
Go three, do it.
Rounding second, headed for third. Stops at second. A good.
Drives that run home. 6-0 Conwell-Egan. Just a great piece of hitting right there as pinch runner will come in for him, but that was just great by Tommy Kalita. Now CJ Cuevas 2 for 2 on the day with 2 outs. Pinch runner over there for Kalita at second.
That is a great piece of hitting by Tommy Kalita, making his 5th double of the season. Now, folks, I know not many of you may know, but the pitcher for Roman Catholic, Nick McGatz, and Tommy Kalita played summer ball together. I was on that team. We all played together. So that is not a tale as Nick tries to make another pickoff attempt and the runner gets back safely. But that is definitely not a unseen thing, Nick McGatz and Tommy Kalita facing each other. So, just a little fun fact for you all out there.
Cuevas skies this right side first baseman over. It's out of play. Count to 1-2, but yeah, I was just pitch right there in the wheelhouse of Kalita. Drove it to left. Excuse me. Looks like the left fielder had a good read on it, just didn't really follow it into the glove. Took his eye off it there, and ends up as a double for Kalita, able to get another run home, pad the lead 6-0. Now CJ Cuevas got a ball and 2 strikes on. We'll see who wins this pitcher-pitcher matchup. Another throwback to second, and back safely there.
A little bit of an unfamiliar face as a pinch runner on second. Kevin McGeary got the call up today to pinch run for Conwell-Egan. Now, since they are down a few players, it's very well seen that these JV players, as there is a blooper to third base and the runner is tagged out. But his first call up varsity season pinch running seems like he has a little bit of work to do on the bases in mindset era, but overall not bad. What would you say to that, JT?
All right, so JT, not much to say there about that, but it was very nice to see those younger JV players get called up to get those reps in here as CJ Cuevas will go back to the mound for the top of the sixth. Conwell-Egan up 6-0 on Roman. Here is number 11 Colville for Roman Catholic. Takes that first pitch as a ball, 1-0. Cuevas home this time. That one on the inside corner for strike one. Count to 1-1. Cuevas coming home with that 1-1 pitch. It is tapped foul. Count up to 1-2. Cuevas looking for another strikeout. Really just shut Roman down today. He's pumped the zone full of strikes and gotten those strikeouts, gotten good outs. Little sloppiness from his defense, but overall kept Roman in check. Here's that 1-2 pitch. bounced in front, looking for that breaking ball. Count to 2-2.
Some good movement today on Cuevas' slider, I can see up here from the booth, starting at the batter and ending in the other box. Just a big, big way to get these batters out. It's very good to see him as there is a foul ball. It's very good to see him on his game today. Very, very good.
Colville just got a piece of that foul ball. Good job by him to stay on that pitch, just breaking away from him. And I'll keep the count at 2-2. Cuevas looking for another out to start the inning. Top of the sixth here, you can up 6-0. This one fouled off. Looks like it fouled off his helmet almost. And count will stay at 2-2. Colville steps back in the box. Cuevas ready. That 2-2 pitch coming. Low again. Count to 3-2. So Cuevas got in front of Colville. Now has to battle to keep this strikeout opportunity here. Count at 3-2. Colville taps it. Third base. Ruda has it. Throws to first. In and out of the glove of Keegan Johnson. I think Colville may have beaten it anyway, but not sure if that's scored as an infield hit or an error. We'll get that for you soon as Celis comes up. So the scoring changed again, and we will go back to looking at the scoreboard and just seeing what that says. Not going to say anything about that. As error on, I think, Keegan Johnson. So Sean, that completes your announcer jinx. As looks like everyone in the infield has now gotten an error.
Yeah, Sean, we're gonna have to take the mic away from you permanently.
I think just a half inning's good as Cuevas has got the count at 0-2 now to the leadoff batter Celis. Nice double play ball would be good here as he pokes this one to Ruda. Backhand ate him up and can't get it. I think that one's got to be an infield hit. That just bounced.
I promise from now on I won't say anything about announcer jinx. I'll just stick to the stats.
So that counts as the fifth error of the day for Conwell-Egan. Very sloppy defensive game, but it was very. So Celis will reach on the fielder's choice there. Or excuse me, that was Brown. Reached on a fielder's choice as Edwards got that out at second. The first baseman Daniels will come up with runners on the corners.
Smart play by Edwards there to get the out at second, possibly a double play ball, get closer to being out of this inning. As there's a strike for CJ Cuevas. So unlucky turn of events to not get the double play, but leaving a man on third at this point, hopefully Conwell-Egan's defense can get a little cleaner and keep him there.
Back to Cuevas, backhands, throws to first in time, and a run will come home and score. So a fielder's choice leads to a run for Roman, and it's 6-1. But good play by CJ Cuevas to keep that ball in front of him.
Yeah, Sean, we're just gonna take the mic away from you now.
Now, new batter for Roman, number 9, Gavin Elis, has one plate appearance, no batting average. So, kind of unfamiliar spot for him. He's got the count 0-1 right now, fouls that one back, gets it to 0-2. So Cuevo's trying to get out of this inning here without surrendering anymore. He's got a runner on second and got the count at 0-2. Looking for a strikeout here to get out of this inning and get Conwell-Egan back. Top of the sixth, pitch, strike three. What a pitch from Cuevas. You could see that change direction really quickly, and I think that's his 10th strikeout. And Conwell-Egan up 6-1 going to the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, great pitch there from CJ. A real good bender there, slider right on the front door again. New pitcher for Roman here, Els. 1.6 ERA through 8 2/3 innings. 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned, 6 walks, and 10 strikeouts this season.
Kind of a familiar face for me in the booth playing against Roman for ice hockey. Pretty sure he was on that Roman team we played a couple times during the year. Ended up beating them in the semifinal. So good to see guys in high school playing multiple sports. It's always nice to see the athletic programs at other schools and what other guys can do. So we'll see him on the mound now, and he will start against Laverty, the second baseman. And so here comes Laverty against Els. Will be the first batter he faces. Set and ready with the first pitch, and Laverty pokes that foul left side out of play. Oh, one from Els is upstairs for ball two. Or for ball one, excuse me, 1-1. 1-1 pitch is bounced low for ball two, 2-1. Laverty standing in against Els. Long windup. Next pitch is flared to left center. Got a beat on it. He'll make the catch. Good contact opposite way from Laverty, but ultimately ends up as an out. And one out now for Cullen Edwards coming up.
Yeah, good contact there from Lav. Just the left fielder shifted a little bit into the gap and made a good play on the ball there. Now Cullen's up.
See what he can do here. First pitch in there for strike one. Oh, 1 to Edwards. Stairs for ball one, 1-1. One pitch from Eels coming, and it's popped up. Shortstop calling. It's got the catch. 2 out. Now here's Sal Ruda. Had a pretty good day for pitcher playing third. Swing and a miss. He's had a strikeout. He's also had a walk. 2, had a good at bat. Got the count 0-1 with 2 outs. Pitch down the way for ball one to 1-1. 1-1 to Ruda is popped foul. Good of him to stay on that one. Count to 1-2. 1-2 from Els. Fouled back by Ruda. Just got a piece of that one. Good of him to stay on that. And count will stay at 1-2 with 2 outs. One two is swung on and missed for strike three, so clean inning from Els. Conwell-Egan still up 6-1, and Cuevas back to the mound. Look at the scoreboard for the 7th inning, trying to finish the job here for Conwell-Egan.
Yeah, I don't know how much we can trust our scorekeepers here today, but as we're being told, it's 5 errors today on the Conwell-Egan defense. But again, I'm not really sure how much of that we can trust. So we'll see how this ends up being officially scored after the game's over.
All right, so Cuevas finishing up his warm-up tosses here. He will start at the top of the 7th against Roman's catcher. And regardless of whatever inconsistent scorekeeping we have, that does not at all take away from this excellent outing by CJ Cuevas. Like we said, by far his best of the year. I think that's 10 strikeouts he's total today, and looking to add to it as looking for 3 more outs to finish out this game. Catcher steps in. First pitch to him is low for a ball. Looked like that may have been a strike. And oh, it looks like Sean's got mic privileges back.
Well, I know we've been talking a lot about errors, which aren't always great things to talk about, especially when they're about your team. But so let's look at the positive impacts that the Eagles have been doing today. 5 runs, 3 in 1 inning, two starting doubles of an inning. CJ Cuevas, phenomenal on the mound today. Overall, I think the Eagles are having a pretty decent day. Besides, yes, the errors that we can't overlook, they are doing pretty well. I mean, JT, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I mean, CJ's just had a great day on the mound. 10 strikeouts to this point. Being efficient too, with only as that pitch is fouled off, only 82 pitches so far. So see how the rest of the game plays out for him.
The foul balls here count at 1-2 with the Roman catcher. Here is the pitch. It is low for ball two. Counts to 2-2. Looked like Kalita liked that spot there. Just didn't get him to bite on that pitch. Was a little bit outside. Not a bad pitch at all when you're up in the count. Now the 2-2 pitch is shot foul again. So good of the catcher to stay in this at bat here.
Cuevas should look for a new pitch. Kalita should probably call something new. I mean, this guy seemed to like it. I mean, a big head nod after that foul ball. So if Cuevas could get something, a little bit more movement, or I don't know, possibly a harder fastball to blow by, that would definitely be something.
All right, little confusion there. Not sure what that was about, but we're ready to go with the 2-2 pitch from Cuevas. Ground ball up the middle. Edwards throws over, clean play. 1 out in the seventh for Cuevas. First pitch to Cockrell is outside for a ball, 1-0.
As there's a fly ball lifted right, Connor Landau over in foul territory makes the grab. 2 away now as Nick McGatz, the starter for Roman Catholic, comes up to the plate.
Apologize for a bit of laughter here. We're poking fun at our scorekeeper here a little bit for what we got going on, but nonetheless, it is the top of the seventh with 2 outs for CJ Cuevas, and he starts against McGatz with a strike count to 0-1. It's never a good baseball broadcast without a little fun with your friends in the broadcast booth. As next pitch is well behind him for a ball, count to 1-1.
Definitely not intentional at all. Looks like the fastball just slipped out from the hand as he was trying to pull on it. So, I don't know, maybe a little bit of closer pitch into the zone, you think?
Yeah, count at 1-1. 3-0 McGatz set in the box. Cuevas on the mound. Count at 1-2 with 2 outs. And the umpire calls time for McGatz. He'll step out.
Garfolo pulling very far off the line. We can see him left field, almost like he's playing left center.
Steps out, steps back in. Here's Cuevas' pitch. Up the middle. Edwards. It ate him up. And the throw to first is not in time. Let's see. Don't know if it's officially an error. We'll get the scoring on that in a minute, as Zakreski is the next hitter for Roman with 2 outs, runner on first here on the top of the 7th. Cuevas set. First pitch is popped up. Keegan Johnson over. Does he have it? Oh, he tried to jump over the fence and couldn't get there. Excellent effort there by Keegan Johnson. And it is officially scored an error.
Cuevas set and ready to pitch. Ball low. So a good attempt by Colin Edwards up the middle on that play. Good charge by him. Looks like the ball magically just hopped out of the glove as he went for a transfer or something. And still almost got the guy out. Runner was pretty slow, I'd say there.
Down at 1-1, Cuevas home. It is in there for a strike. 1-2 now with 2 outs. Runner on first. Roman down to their last strike. Cuevas trying to seal the deal here. Get Egan this win. He's set in the pitch. It is right there for strike 3. And we've been hinting at it all game, but as it stands right now, it is a no-hitter for CJ Cuevas. We'll see what if there's adjusted scoring or whatever, but like we said, little iffy scorekeeping there. 6 errors on the day for Conwell-Egan, but nonetheless, an excellent performance by CJ Cuevas. That was his 11th strikeout, and by far, I think we know who our player of the game is.
Yeah, our player of the game today is undoubtedly CJ Cuevas. 7 innings pitched, a complete game, 1 run, none earned, and he threw a no-hitter today. 6 errors for the Egan defense. And at the plate, he was impressive as well. 2 for 3 with 2 singles. So CJ Cuevas is your player of the game, a no-hitter today.
Just a great game all around. Like the major thing that we can see from there, other than the no hitter, is 6 errors. Definitely something Egan's gonna have to tighten up. But guys, before we sign off, any last thoughts on the game?
A good no-hitter by CJ Cuevas, I'd add. Yes, you're right there. Egan does have to clean that up. Hopefully, in practice, they may do some more defensive work, everything. A lot that I noticed, though, was that the errors that were made were on the run errors. A lot of stuff where they were charging the ball, moving their feet, using glove only. So if they can get that down, get back to their routinely fielding, I think they'll do just all right.
So a great game for Conwell-Egan, get the 6-1 win over Roman. Once again, we apologize for any laughter we may have had in the booth. Just all around a good game for Conwell-Egan. It's always a good time when you're broadcasting baseball with your friends after school, part of the broadcast club. It's a great thing here at Conwell-Egan. It's a great thing too when Conwell-Egan wins, especially in that fashion. Big headline, CJ Cuevas, no-hitter. By far his best start with Conwell-Egan. Ends up getting that 6-1 win over Roman. So for myself, Sean McGovern, JT Ellis, thank you for joining us, and we will be back for Conwell-Egan's next game as they get back on the winning side of things, 6-1 over Roman.